Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Ishwari. Today I am going to give the topic on types of financial decision. This topic will be helpful for MBA second semester pursuing candidates. Let us come to the topic. Every company, either it is a large scale, medium scale or small scale enterprises, whatever it may be, they need to take the financial decisions. Financial decisions can be classified into the three categories: investment decision, financial decision and dividend decisions. Investment decisions are, again it has to be categorized into the long-term investment decisions and short-term investment decisions. Long-term investment decision also can be called as the capital budgeting decisions. So here the huge amount need to be spent in that company, but you should not be expect the return immediately. The return will be generated in the future over the life period of the project. So in case of the short-term investment, this is also nothing but the working capital. Here the amount will be generated immediately. We can expect the immediate return in the short-term investment, but some factors will be impacting on that investment decisions. So let us start that. Cash flow of the project. Cash receipts and cash payments over the life period of the project will be impacting on the selection of that project. So here we need to evaluate and select that project. And coming to the rate of return, so according to the expected return, based on the how much of the risk will be involved in that project, based on that they are going to select that project. And coming to the investment criteria involved, here we need to evaluate the project based on the capital budgeting decisions and evaluate and select the best project in that. And coming to financing decisions, here the finance can be raised from different sources, but the risk will be involved in that based on the different source of the investment. So it is the combination of equity capital, preference share capital, debenture capital and the bank loans. But some risk will be involved in that. So what are the risks? In case if the company may default to repay that rate of interest and the principal value, it will impact on the company. So that's why the cheapest source of the finance is the equity. That is a safe also. So if the company has the enough cash, they can go for the borrowed funds. But here some type of the factors will be impacting on that. That factors are the cost. Comparing to the borrowed fund, equity fund the cost will be very higher. So better to go for the borrowed fund. Why? Because if they want to issue the shares to the public, they need to pay the brokerage commission to the underwriters. Underwriters fee also and the prospectus fee. So that's why it's having more process in case if they want to raise the finance in the way of the equity shares. In case of the borrowed capital, that much of the process will not be there. So the cheapest source is the borrowed fund. But compared to the risk is very higher in that borrowed fund compared to the equity capital. Why? Because the company need to pay the periodical rate of interest to the borrowers. Even though if they are not having the cash, they must have to pay to them. So if they are not having the enough cash, they may be the defaulters. It will be impacting on the goodwill of the company. So that's why they need to maintain the regular repayment of the rate of interest to the debt holders. And flotation cost. So in case of the equity share capital, flotation cost will be higher in the way of brokerage commission and underwriters fee and prospectus fee. In case of the borrowed fund, cost will be lesser. And cash flow of the position, if the company has to maintain the enough cash, they can go for the borrowed funds. And state of capital markets, in case if it may have the book position, that they have very easily to raise the equity capital. In case of the depression, borrowed fund will be very easy to raise. And coming to the dividend decisions, after getting the profits, they need to distribute the profits to the shareholders as the dividends. In some situation, the dividend will be lesser. But every company is having the stable policies, but some factors will be impacting on that. So what are that? Earnings. So companies having good earnings, fair earnings, they can go for fair dividends. But less proportional changes of the earnings should not be impacting on the dividend payouts. In case if they are having the less earnings, they will pay the less dividends. And coming to the stability of dividends, every company has to maintain the stable dividend policies to the shareholders, because they need to retain the shareholders in that company. Their main objective is to maximize the shareholders' wealth. So that's why they have to maintain stable dividends. At the same time, growth prospects. If the company is having any future plannings, means if they want to adopt the new technology, or if they want to implement any new technologies in that organization, they need to spend a more amount. If they have to distribute the profits to the shareholders as the dividends, their amount will be lesser. So for that position, they need to retain the profits as the retained earnings. It will be helpful for their new projects. And coming to taxation policy, if the company has to pay more tax on dividend, they will pay less dividend to the shareholders. If they have to pay less taxation to the government, they will pay high dividends to the shareholders. So this is the full length of that types of the financial decision. Every company should have to follow these type of the steps.